Iddrisu Ababekasa, former minority leader and member of parliament for Tamale South, after the general elections for Ababontin Ababekasa ye partner and draw and parliament resume ye of course media engagement and near kikaka home. Now was for Lenya Asemketua or share senior now the media was eager to interview the MPP parliamentarians and now Osha. It was really crucial because the way the media were interviewing the MPP parliamentary candidates, and I said no, MPP parliamentarians now it was some way because they wanted to. I don't know whether they were intentionally mocking them for losing their seats, and I said they can't. But Haruna Iddrisu, on Monday they should come and on beside they said John Dramani Mahama say Oba Abemu, and I said before those times are all contesting a campaign or Ghana for Bobby say Oba name ministers no will just be 60 ministers. It will not be more than 60 and it will not be less than 60 and 60 and no and on Kombisa Haruna Iddrisu say John Dramani Mahama ebetimi ayesana obetimi enya 60 ministers on your ebe ejumana. Haruna Iddrisu said that is the sure way to go. Say ono owareshemu say John Dramani Mahama president-elect will go by his words. So working with 16 ministers. Now this particular government, one of the challenges it faced some time ago about the economic situation in Ghana became worsened and things were very tough. I remember one of the things Ghanaians keep telling the government was to downsize his government. Say ministers no also. They even advised him to merge some of the ministries. That is the Ministry of Information and Ministry of Communication. He should merge it, but the president did not merge. And all Mama said ministries ne also in Jama Aketiano Ayebebre and I say Ayekesipa or say Oba who is going to work with only 60 ministers. Now Haruna Iddrisu say running the lean government is Mahama's way of preserving the public purse. That is what he thinks. Haruna Iddrisu, former minority leader and member of parliament for the Tamale South, has indicated that John Dramani Mahama's pledge to run the country with 60 ministers is his way of helping to protect the public purse. According to him, the president-elect won't come up with excuses on why he needs to increase the numbers when he takes over the administration of the country. Haruna Iddrisu says it is a pledge the president-elect promises to follow through on and will never renege on. He made this known when he spoke with the media on the floor of parliament. I say it is a pledge he made to the Ghanaian people that he will protect the public purse. And the true meaning of protecting the public purse is to downsize the government. He intends to run the government with 60 ministers. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see if Mahama will be able to obey or go by his words, running with 60 ministers. Let's see how it goes. So Oba, now yes, 60.5, 61, we will question him, we will hold him by his words. He will run with 23 ministers. So 23 minutes, 19 cabinet ministers and some 16 regional ministers give you in the range of 54 ministers. On whether regional ministers will have deputy ministers, indicated that the current government does not even have deputy regional ministers, insisting that Ghanaians must expect a lean government from John Dramani Mahama. For him, it is about protecting the public purse and preserving public resources that otherwise would have gone into salaries, facilities, and privileges of ministers. He is saving that money for the public. Well, these are all political talks, but I want to believe that Mahama and his government will actually obey and as a go by their words. And there was for some Ghana for air canoe and no obia any very alert on John Dramani Mahama's administration. Say Mahama ba na oya appointment na yemfa pen any paper na yen start say yen calculating ni pa. Say the ministers no every 60 then we'll start holding him by his words, because sisi ade obia politicians in na will say Ghanaians cannot be taken for granted. Yentimi untimi medada Ghana for so this year's election has shown the politicians that Ghanaians have power to me no Ghana for him. We are indeed a democratic world. So we na fewer and not just say we know, but we know say the only way we can air our view and our vision okoka TV so cry few, but the only time I me I decided the elections. Enti Haruna Iddrisu send your can be Ediama John Dramani Mahama president elect no. Yes, and I said we are hoping that he will obey or go by his word. 60 ministers, 6-0. Let's see how it goes. Well, Napo have spoken. Napo reflects on MPP's electoral defeat. Well, sometimes it saddens a lot of people that MPP could not actually win the elections, whilst others are happy. Well, most are sad, especially the MPP people, looking at how they had to lose seats and all that. It is sad. But Napo have spoken. The vice presidential candidate for the MPP and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Matopoku Prempe, affectionately called Napo, has broken his silence following the New Patriotic Party's significant defeat in the 2024 general election. As the vice presidential candidate who ran alongside with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Napo addressed the public during his arrival at Parliament, where a session had been conveyed by Speaker Alban Bagbin. Speaking candidly, Napo said, "The Ghanaian people have spoken and their message is one we must take to heart." Ose Ghana for Akasa, Etidiomakano Air final. While the results were not in our favor, it's a moment to reflect and re-celebrate for the future. His words reflected a mix of humility and resolve, signaling a call for introspection within the New Patriotic Party. The former education minister, known for his pragmatic approach to leadership, expressed optimism about the future while emphasizing the need to commitment in the present. We are here today for a purpose, and I trust that my colleagues will attend in their numbers to fulfill their goals of this session. Our responsibility to Ghanaian people does not waver, regardless of election outcomes. The 2024 election, which saw the opposition NDC sweep both the presidential and parliamentary race, have left the NPP grappling with a period of reckoning. So I think the NPP is really reflecting on their defeat. They are really reflecting on most of them say, sometimes they blame themselves for some of the things they did, some of the things they said, the manner in which they said it. Because we know Dr. Matopoku Prempeh, we know him, and some of the comments he made in Ghana and how Ghanaians took it. We've seen it. But who say it is not all about talking, and your actions are also much important. Ain't Napo essay but the future is very important. They are staging a massive comeback, and they will definitely come back for Ghana. And I'm dimu AC Ghanatube suni open sema would do it here for any echumha or for slowly macram.